Hey man, what it is, this is Deem and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App. If you're going to donate to the channel, I would like for you to do it through the Cash App because YouTube ain't taking 30%. And that's if you can. You already know. There go the PayPal. Same thing. Y'all see that heart with the dollar sign at the bottom? That's the super chat. You can press that at any time your heart desires. Please say it with me, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. The reasons I do not like Bud Crawford outside of the ring, and it really has something to do with that guy you see on your screen right there. The main reason I don't like Terence Crawford outside of the ring is because Terence Crawford is the same as boxing hacker to me in this way. He likes to be the devil's advocate. He likes to go against the grain. I truly feel as though Bud Crawford thinks everybody else water is colder than the black man. And the black man I'm speaking of is Al Haymon. And the reason why I have such a problem with that is because Bud Crawford got his biggest bag from the black man, not Turkey. His fight against Madrimov, he didn't make as much as he made with Earl. He about to fight Canelo-Alvarez. Who is signed to who? You didn't even need Turkey to make that fight. If you would have been with PBC, you could have got that fight much easier without a middleman. And then people want to tell me Terence Crawford's a good businessman. How? When everybody that he wants to fight is with the PBC, then what does he need Turkey for? Can't nobody answer that. You can't say because Turkey's going to give him more money. That is not true. That's not true. Definitely not to fight Canelo, because they're going to do it. First of all, Terence Crawford wouldn't even dictate the way he gets paid if he fights Canelo. Canelo is going to do a pay-per-view for sure. You will get back in money, and we all know Canelo got flat rates. So what you take, what you get is what you get. It's not Canelo don't play them games that Errol Spence plays with people. So you add Turkey Ali Sheik, and people say he's doing all of this for free. If you think he's not getting no money from putting on Canelo-Alvarez and Terence Crawford, you are out your mind. Bud has no reason to not want to sign with the PBC in the first place, because all he ever did prior was complain about all of the other promotional companies. But somehow he knows that Turkey is not a promoter, people. But y'all keep speaking of Turkey in that way. Turkey is not a promoter. Turkey is just the guy who puts money up and needs the promoters to lend out their fighters. That's why he can't put on the card by itself with fighters that sign to him. Terence Crawford only does it. Terence Crawford is literally taking his grudge from Al Haymon in the negotiations and well, because I don't like you and you ain't give me what I want from the rip, I'm going to go somewhere else, but then ask you to lend all your fighters to fight me. And then get mad when Al Haymon and the PBC say, nah, we're going to make in-house fights like everybody else does. He literally thinks Turkey Ali Yashiki money is greener. And it's not. His biggest payday to this day has came from Al Haymon, not Turkey, not nobody else. His second biggest payday will be because Al Haymon allows Canelo Alvarez to even fight, a fight that he could have got without Turkey. Canelo saying yes or no has nothing to do with Turkey. It's about the money he gets that PBC could have gave him to fight Terence Crawford. Canelo don't care where the fight happens at as long as he's getting what he wants. And it's funny, the two faces of boxing are perfectly happy with what they're doing and who they're signed with and the money they getting. But Terence Crawford think that everybody else is better and then get mad when his last fight flops. Well, you only got Turkey to blame. You got you to blame, my guy. You got you to blame. And I truly, truly feel as though Bud is only doing this to be the contrarian, to be the devil's advocate, to act like he don't need the black man, but you don't mind sucking Turkey off. Turkey hasn't even shown you he knows what he's doing in boxing, that he can turn a profit. Al Haymon used to be managing and putting on shows for Michael Jackson. The two faces of boxing, he has, and they are perfectly fine with what they're getting. Terence was fine with what he got against Earl. And that's the main reason that I don't like Bud Crawford outside of the ring, because I know why he's doing it, and then complain that he only fights once a year. And then all of his fans, they go in a high and then cry if he don't get these unification fights. If he don't get the other fights, it's because you're not signed to the promotional company. And matter of fact, you disrespect them at every chance you get. So if I was them, I wouldn't be too hyped to make a fight with you either. For what? Why would I put on you? Why would I put on Fundora versus Bud when I could do Earl versus Fundora? Why would I put on Jermell Charlo versus Bud when I could put on Earl versus Jermell, or Earl versus or Jermell versus Fundora? Why would I do that? Or Tim Zoo, or any of the other names that they have, because they dominate the 154 division. And then if he don't get the fights he wants, people are gonna complain. Now Bud got to do all of this other stuff. He got to pension. He got to petition. He got to do this. He got to put in paper just to get a fight, and then complain that why he's not getting the fight. You're not getting the fight because they offered you a long-term deal and you didn't take it. And you want them to just lend their fighters and let you keep the belts. Business don't work like that. Because if he was such a good businessman, he would understand that part. Now Turkey got to pay out Haymon just to get his fighters to be on the card to fill y'all card out. Think about this, y'all. You go against the man so much to have to beg and do business with him anyway. All the Turkey cards, most of the main fights we wanted to see wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for PBC. That is a fact. The Bud and Canelo fight wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for PBC. But he's so against being with PBC that he got Keyshawn, he got Shakur, he got all these other people mixed in, and then they complain about their bag. And then when they fight in a nobody, Joe Cordina, they get mad. When you're the co-main fighting Kid Austin, they get mad. You want to follow that blueprint and then get mad at the Tank blueprint, but then you want to get paid when Tank get paid, but you're not him. Or have done the same things. Yo, my biggest problem is you can't complain about fights when there's a promotional company that dominates your division and they offered you a long-term deal and you turned it down, but you can't complain about not fighting those guys afterwards. That's why I really don't think Terence Crawford I think Terence Crawford is on his way out the door. He never had intentions of unifying a 154 division, because if he did, he would have just signed with PBC, because this, and then when people say, well, how Bud know what he gonna get because he got it with Earl. He knows how PBC is doing his money. Have you how PBC do their business? Have y'all heard Terence Crawford complain about what he got paid versus Earl Spence? If the answer is no to that question, then don't bring that up. Because then I'm gonna say to you that you don't know that he's not getting paid handsomely if he was with PBC. Bud has done bad business his whole career. He wanted all guarantees and then got mad at his guarantees when he was with Bob and them. He was against doing pay-per-view so much just to get on pay-per-view with Earl and wind up getting his biggest bag, like everybody was telling him prior and like we're telling him now. I truly think Terence Crawford think everybody else water is colder than the black man. That's why I can't get behind Terence Crawford. I can't get behind somebody that deliberately goes out his way to go against the grain unnecessarily, unprovoked. And because people don't buckle at your whim, you try to go against the grain when Turkey's not going to buckle at your whim neither. Turkey's only doing what he has to do right now because he has to do it. He has to pay the fighters. He has to pay the promoters to put on events. He has to give them an incentive to fight on a Riyadh season card instead of their own promotional company card. Do you understand how things work? If I am renting something out to you, you have to give me an incentive to rent it out to you. That's business. Or maybe Dame is crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's the main reason I can't rock with Bud when it comes to outside of the ring. because I know he literally feels this way. And every move he has made has shown that. He hasn't shown me anything else. And if y'all can tell me his biggest bag ain't come from fighting two PBC fighters, then maybe I might listen to what you had to say. But last time I checked, when he fought Madrimov, it was reported he lost tens of millions of dollars. Just is what it is. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Dame by any means. And I holla at y'all.